So this might sound a bit strange, but share it I will anyway, because I promised that in these 365 days I would share the good, the bad, the ugly, the truthful, the weird things that I speak about to others behind closed doors, and things that come up. So as I stream to you now, it's Easter Saturday, over the Easter weekend, and as I've listened to a lot of people who've got a lot of stuff going on, it's like putting them through their paces. So this might seem a little strange, but I'm going to share this. Now, given that I know that it's also Passover, I know that it's also Ramadan, given the kind of very strong Easter roots, I think we all know the story by now of Jesus being crucified on the cross and then returning a few days later. And it always strikes me at this time of year, like for many years now, whether they've been my own stories or other people's stories, this kind of notion when we're going through something, it can feel heavy, it can feel dark, it can even feel exciting, but this notion that we need to kind of go away and sort ourselves out. So in Jenny lingo, this is how it looks on the ground. Sometimes, and it's not just over Easter time, it can be other times as well. Sometimes we've got stuff going on and we just need to be able to sort ourselves out. Sometimes we can do that by ourselves with a bit of self-reflection. Some of you may journal, some of you may scream and shout, and some of you may run, go to the gym. You might do it in different ways. But one of the things that I've noticed is sometimes we can do that for ourselves, by ourselves, and sometimes we can do that with other people. And what I really want to say is it's okay whether it's happening now for you or whether it has been happening, or you're going through something where you just feel like you need to dig deeper and switch off. It's interesting because last night I read an article on Twitter, and I'll post the kind of like the thing that I shared about therapy speak. With the rise of so many people seeking therapy, coaching, counselling, and also with the rise of therapy speak coming into common language. I nearly said common parlance, but common language. So, unless you've been under a rock, you would have heard terms like gaslighting, narcissist. You would have heard people talking about self-care, self-love. You would have heard people talking about the need to go inwards, dark nights of the soul. All of these have meanings. However, what I'm hearing is a lot of people are almost like self-diagnosing. They're hearing these words and self-diagnosing them, actually sticking labels on themselves. And the deeper piece that really resonated with me with the article on Twitter is how this in itself is not only doing harm to the person that's going through the thing, but actually it's not taking into consideration the people around them. I have a very good friend who for many years has been talking about self-care isn't selfish. And Pamela, powerful Pamela I call her, she's got it down because she's right. When you're taking care of yourself and using extreme self-care, it isn't selfish, it doesn't hurt people, it doesn't wrong other people, it doesn't come from a place of judgment, it doesn't make you judge others over yourself, it doesn't make you right and them wrong. It doesn't work like that. Self-care is the ability for you to be able to take care of yourself at any time you need to, even if you're going through something like dark, heavy, upsetting, grief, anything like that. Redundancies is another one that sparks a lot of very similar things to grief. So, when you're taking good care of yourself, you are taking good care of yourself, but you're not negating others. So if you found that by taking care of yourself, your desires, your dreams, your life, that it is like peeing off your spouse, causing problems in relationships, whether it's romantic relationships, personal relationships, if you feel like you need to sack off your friends, that isn't self-care. There's something else going on. And that's the time for you to stop trying to do that by yourself and starting to look at how you can get good help, healthy help in helping you navigate what you need to do and maintaining your relationships. And don't get this twisted. This isn't about people pleasing. This isn't about trying to have people like you and being all things to all men, but true like taking care of yourself is important. Now, the other thing that I see a lot is gaslighting. Gaslighting is really a thing, and it's a horrible thing. But when we start having kind of armchair psychologists trying to attribute certain behaviours to gaslighting, this doesn't work. I mean, I'm not even a gaslighting expert, so I'm not going to attempt to unravel it. But here's what I'm going to say is some people are at the effect of gaslighting. Some people are at the effect of being ignored. Some people are at the effect of not being heard, not having their voice heard for whatever reason. It doesn't mean a wrong reason, doesn't mean they're bad at something. That is not always gaslighting. So let's stop throwing around that term, that therapy term. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is narcissism. You know, there's things I want to say about this, I won't. But narcissistic personality disorder is really a thing. There are people, and you may have seen certain world leaders who display these narcissistic tendencies, not qualities, but tendencies. But so many people say, oh, you know, I'm being a bit of a narcissist, or he's a bit of a narcissist, or she's a bit narcissistic. That's like saying that you're a bit pregnant. You either are or you're not. So let's be careful about taking on these words and how we throw them around, how we band them around, how we label other people but ourselves with them. It's doing us more harm than good. So that's what I wanted to say on this Easter Saturday at the time of recording this, from a very sunny Stoke. And yeah, just really do the research about what these terms mean. Just because you resonate with how someone describes themselves doesn't necessarily mean that that's you as well. So hopefully helpful. I've got my drink in my hand and now trying to work out how on earth I'm going to end this live. So I'm going to put my cup down and say happy Easter, happy Passover, and really have a great and happy Ramadan period and season 2. So to all of you, until tomorrow, day 57 done. Bye for now.